What's up? When does the episode premiere? It is hopefully in like 40 minutes. They usually go uh, um just before, well, it's 1 a.m. my time, which is mountain. So hopefully we've only got about 40 minutes to go. I've got tea ready. So we're staying up late. We got we got boba on one side, and then he's no good to me dead on the other side. So getting ready to go, caffeinated. How's everybody doing? I've also got milk and cookies ready to go too. All right, well, I figure we'll kill some time while we wait. Currently trying to play through Knights of the Old Republic. It's been a long time since I played those. I started to stream it on this channel. Swap over there for a second. But I never got around to finishing it, and I haven't streamed this game, or I haven't played this game since it came out. Well, not since it came out, but when I was a kid. This game is like 2003. Yes, sir. No, yeah, I want to add 05. Available slots. Oh, I can bring two of them. All right, Karth, you're coming too. Let's go. We'll level up on Karth. Bro. Start making Karth our demolitions guy here. Feats. What's recommended? Sniper shot? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Close. Candon Vark. Okay. Man, it's been so long since I played. I don't even remember where we're at in this game. I think we're trying to enter this swoop bike race so that we can get to Bastilla. Where are we going? We just run around. Oh my gosh, that's gonna take forever. Yeah, we're not doing that. Upper City South. Something. All right, Karth. Okay. I'm not sure what we were doing. Annie, little Annie. Yeah, leave him alone, you kids. Oh, I don't think I can. Let's just go in the middle. You guys are the worst. So I think tonight's episode's supposed to be like an hour long. That's the rumor. Or a little over an hour. Oh, cool. No, I don't need to go to the apartments. Wow, why is my entire crew just... Yeah, we'll speak to her. Want to know a little bit more about you? Sure. Core slimes. Oh, jeez. Do you guys, when the episode drops, should we watch both The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch? I don't know. I don't know if I'm up for that. Good for you guys. Let's get back to the task at hand. Okay, let's do it. Well, we're gonna save game here. We accomplished almost nothing, but whatever. Exit the game. Yeah, quit. All right, well, how you guys doing? A few of you in the chat there. Seems like a few of you have been dropping in and out. Just kind of killing some time until the episode drops, which should be in about 15 to 20 minutes, if it's anything like the past weeks. Let's see. Got my green screen filter on. There we go. That's off now. So what do you guys think? What are your predictions for this episode? The rumor has it it's going to be closer to an hour, a little bit over an hour, I think. What is that runtime? Let's just look at it real quick. Mandalorian chapter 19 runtime. So the direct says chapter 19 will run for 56 minutes and 11 seconds. So after, well, hold on. Now IMBD says 40 minutes. Everywhere else I've been seeing has been saying that 56 minutes, so either way, it's going to be a longer episode, I think, and a few different things can happen for sure. I actually kind of think that this could be an episode where we zoom away from Mando and Grogu, and perhaps we go to Coruscant and see what's happening with Dr. Pershing, or even get an update on Moff Gideon. I've seen a lot of people think that maybe we're not going to see much of Moff Gideon, but I don't know. I think we'll see him pretty early on. There's not a lot of information. Let's see what's... What's happening Twitter? I don't know how to use Twitter. I do have it, but I don't know how to use it. It just seems like a lot of people arguing on there. Let's do this. Oh, that's cool. Start a poll. Putting up a poll up here. Okay, so what do you think was better last week? Mando chapter 18 or the Bad Batch episode, I believe, was it 11? Whatever, the Bad Batch. you'll know what that means in the poll. I'm curious. Let's see what that poll does. I think that I put that poll up, but at the end of the day, it's not a fair question because they're both at two completely different points in their seasons. The Bad Batch has had a whole lot of other episodes to build up the season and what we're at, so of course it's going to pop off at this point. It's in the end game of season 2, while Mandalorian is just starting and establishing things. But I just am more curious what you guys enjoyed, what you guys are enjoying so far. See, how does this poll work? Okay, that's kind of cool. Need to get some background music. Need to figure that out for these chill parts of a stream where I'm just waiting. Mando. It's not up yet. Have you guys read, any of you read the Jedi Battle Scars book yet? I'll be honest, I didn't quite make it through. I'm actually going through all the Legends novels right now. These I've really enjoyed. The camera's showing up pretty blurry on it, but I've really enjoyed the Essentials Legends collection. And if you're not a reader or anything, it's basically they're re-releasing what they've curated as the essential Star Wars Legends stories that you need to read. Because there is a long list of novels that classify as legends. So I'm currently working through the Darth Bane novel or trilogy, and this is the first one, Path of Destruction. So I'm really on an Old Republic kick right now. I I've been making some videos, writing out some scripts. I'll have those videos out here soon, but I've really been working on a lot of even like the legends lore surrounding Mandalorians and how some of that I think is going to actually play into this show. Obviously, we saw last week with the Mythosaur that the legends stuff for Mandalorians is starting to come into play. So I'm even thinking like, could we see some of the ancient history of like the Tong, which was the species who originated on Coruscant, and then they were driven off of the planet after a long war with the Zell, who were essentially humans that lived on Coruscant with the Tong. And at this point, Coruscant's barely it's not what we recognize it as. And the Zell drive them off of the planet, and they go out. The Tong go out to the outer rim and relocate on another planet and stay there for like 1,000 years. And then under Mandalore the First, they go out and decide that they want to conquer more territories because they were a warrior culture. Battle brought honor to themselves, but also brought honor to their gods. So after 1,000 years of sitting on this new planet, Rune, I think is what it was, they got that itch to go out and conquer more territory. So they united under Mandalore the First, who took them out, and they conquered a planet which they renamed Mandalore after their leader, and even renamed them their people the Mandalorians. So which means sons and daughters of Mandalore. So that's kind of like the early origin stories of the Mandalorian people, and they weren't actually humans. They were originally this Tong species, but over time, as they were conquering more and more planets and civilizations, they started running into other civilizations that were strong warriors, and the Mandalorians respected them so much that they offered the invitation to be part of their culture. And this kind of led to a Mandalorians being less about the specific species, the Tong, and more about the way of life, the culture. And eventually, they get to a point where they enter into the Mandalorian Wars, which is the Sith Empire had essentially manipulated them into fighting the Old Republic. And the result of this was the Tong essentially were driven into extinction, but the Mandalorian legacy continued through all these other different species that came in and were Mandalorians. So that's kind of why we see at this point it's mostly humans that are Mandalorians. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, such a tangent there, but I'm on an Old Republic kick here, and so I'm really diving into a lot of that lore right now. The Old Republic is something that was coming out, like the games and stuff. That was all coming out when I was younger, and I dove into it a little bit, and then kind of tabled it for a while, and never got back to it. So recently, I've been jumping into it and enjoying a lot of what the Old Republic has to offer. So if you haven't done that, then by all means, definitely jump into it. I would recommend you could start with the Darth Bane trilogy. Just chronologically, the Darth Bane trilogy is kind of later when it comes to Old Republic stuff. But if you're familiar with the games, you can read. There's a book called Revan that is kind of a follow-up to his story after I believe the first, well, yeah, so here it is. And I believe this is a follow-up to the first Knights of the Old Republic game. Yeah. So this is also good. You could start there. This is actually the novel, the Legends novel that I started with when it came to the Old Republic. So that's a good starting point. Now, we got to this because I was asking if anybody had read Battle Scars, and I had mentioned that I couldn't finish it because I was just too excited to get back to my quest through Legends novels. And so I will give one more book recommendation, and then I don't know. We're not even talking about Mandalorian right now. We're just off topic right now. The chat's kind of dead right now, so I'm doing all the talking. But this right here, Darth Plagueis, this is one of like the best Star Wars stories I've ever experienced. And I'm talking movies, comics, games. This book is just so good. The way that it just goes deep into not just the character of Plagueis, but also the character of Palpatine when he's younger. It shows us how Plagueis has intertwined himself in everything leading up to the Phantom Menace and the Sith Grand Plan. It shows just how cunning Palpatine really was, even as a young Sith Lord. And it also gives a lot of insight into the dark side of the Force. So, yeah, this good book. So, anyways, you probably didn't pop into this live stream looking for Legends book recommendations, but you got them for free. That's free of charge. To summarize our Legends conversation here, Path of Destruction, the first Darth Bane novel, or Darth Plagueis, both are good books. If you're not, if you're more like, hey, give me something on the light side, well, I got you. And that is Kenobi. This novel is super fun. I picked this up and read it when it came out, which I think is 2014. So it's been out for a while, which, I mean, obviously all these Legends novels have because they've been out since before Disney picked up Star Wars. But this, to me, this novel is a good example of how I wish the Kenobi show had gone a little bit more. Not to gripe too much, but this felt like a realistic story that fits in the Star Wars canon, I think, a little bit better than the Kenobi show did. There's just, there's a few things that are hard for me to reconcile, and that is, as cool as it was to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen face off again, it was harder for me to wrap my mind around that as being realistic in the canon. This is a really good story. So if you're more of a light side person, here's your Legends recommendation. And then I again, okay, let's check. Before I go on another Star Wars novel rant, let's check to see if this episode's up. Because you guys aren't here for Star Wars novels. You're here for the Mandalorian watch party. I assume so, because that's what the title and the thumbnail are leading you to. Okay, no episode. Okay, that means I can recommend one more book. Okay, this book is canon, and this book is an incredible Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn story. It takes place, I want to say, 10 years before the Phantom Menace. It takes place before Phantom Menace for sure. I think 10 years is the right answer there. But it's a really cool story that gives a lot more insight into Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon's relationship as master and apprentice. And you can kind of see that they actually did butt heads a little bit. Qui-Gon being the more free-spirited, following the will of the Force, even if that was a little bit contrary to what the will of the Jedi Council may have been, or contrary to what Obi-Wan perceived as the rules, because Obi-Wan was big structure guy, which I relate to in that way. But you can kind of see in that novel the way that they clash in that way, and Obi-Wan is often frustrated with Qui-Gon. So that's a really cool story, and there's a lot of good action in it too. Should have been more about. What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Kenobi show. Can I be the show? I assume that is autocorrect getting you, but I assume you mean Kenobi show should have been more about Ian McGregor, his character, and learning how to become part of the Force. And yeah, I agree. I actually would have been really okay if we had stayed on Tatooine the whole time, and most of the show was about Obi-Wan learning more about the Force, and maybe there's a few like incidences with Luke. That Kenobi novel that I was talking about earlier, a lot of the big plot is he gets wrapped up with a small town that is trying to deal with Tusken raiders that are constantly coming in to raid their town. And I mean, I won't talk about it too much or spoil anything, but Obi-Wan gets roped into helping them with that. And honestly, I get that a storyline like that doesn't have the same wow factor as, well, Darth Vader showing up and Inquisitors showing up, but I think that having something a little bit more realistic would have been more enjoyable for me. I think a lot of us Star Wars nerds who are diehard fans would have probably enjoyed something that honored the timeline. Oh, voice text, gotcha. Yeah. Voice text, it always gets you, bro. Yeah, I think him being Solo would have been just a really good. It could have been. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like I've been really negative on the Kenobi show in this stream, and I really enjoyed it. I've rewatched it several times since it came out, and there were some parts of it that, like, are some of my favorite Star Wars. I really did love the interaction, that final fight between Obi-Wan and Vader. I thought that was cool. I did like to see Obi-Wan wrestle with his PTSD and all that, like all the trauma that he had. I thought that was interesting. I really liked seeing that. But and granted, that's something that we could have seen if it was kind of more focused on him solo. But yeah, I liked it. There's a lot of things I liked about it, but there are a lot of things that didn't live up to my hopes for it. And it's a lot of good. I mean, it's a big deal. Those are two important characters in an important story. So yeah, of course I'm gonna be a little nitpicky. I think the way they went with the show was more geared towards a greater audience. Yeah, they definitely wanted to have a little bit more of a mass appeal and use it as an opportunity to introduce some of their own characters, which, here's the thing, and you may not like this. I don't necessarily like this answer, but it's their stuff. If they want to use the stories that they have access to at this point, to introduce their own characters and go routes they want to do, they can. And oftentimes that's a bummer, but at the end of the day, it's their decisions, and we just hope that, maybe moving forward, let's listen to fan base a little bit. But all right, we got this episode yet? Speaking of things that are doing really well, The Mandalorian. All right. Yeah, look at that. Chapter 19. It's up. It's 59 minutes long. Okay, this is cool. I'm just going to read the little, blurb for it real quick. But on Coruscant, so we're going to Coruscant, former Imperials find amnesty in the New Republic. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. I'm going to switch over to our watch party view. So I've got this timer up above my head. right there. Yep, there we go. Right there, I've got the timer going. I'm going to play the episode. I'm going to hit play. Obviously, I can't show it on the screen. That would be way cool if I could. But the idea is that we start it together. I'll have the timer as reference. So the idea is that you hit play at the same time as me, and we're able to watch and react to things in real time together. So I'm going to grab, I've got some cookies and milk over here because milk and cookies is my jam. And it's late at night. All right. So we're going to do this. Let's get going. Yeah. Episode is out now. So if you've got it up and you're ready to join this watch party. Uh-oh. I think I just destroyed what I had set up for my chat. There we go. Hold up. Is that right? Where's our chat? Wow. Okay, well, we're gonna just add. Well, you guys get a little behind the scenes action here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, well, now that that's all fixed, let's get this episode going. Oh, man. All right, well, thanks for jumping into the chat a little bit, Johnny. Enjoy work. Hopefully it goes good, and hopefully this is an amazing episode, which I'm sure it will be. Oh. All right, here we go. So recap out a lot of Pershing. Oh, that's proof. Oh, so he did fall. Mm, that's important. TIE fighters? Hmm. Where's his jetpack? Oh, Man, they work good together. I'm not shipping them romantically. I'm just saying they work good together. Tie bombers. Oh. Oh no. Is there a Star Destroyer somewhere? That was a sick opening to that episode. The Convert? Coruscant, okay. Oh, there's the Opera House. Sick. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? I feel like every YouTuber in their breakdown is going to put that in their thumbnail. Mm. Hmm. We see the Jedi Temple. Well, the Hmm. Hmm. I don't trust her. This amnesty, this amnesty housing feels real like Hunger Games, like dystopian, too good to be true. Hello there. Hmm. 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 I don't know if I trust her. Is he just doing like data entry? Yeah, I want to go sightseeing on Coruscant. Huh. That's kind of cool. This is cool. I'm liking this look at the New Republic. The Coruscant Accords. This episode has some Andor vibes, like in a good way. Oh, do you hear that music? It sounds just like the Revenge of the Sith Opera House. Did you ever hear the tragedy? She's gonna betray him. It's good so far. Nice. Did they say Moff Gideon escaped, or they don't know what happened to him? What the heck? Elijah Kane. Yeah, bet you she's working for Gideon still. Oh, she was undercover. Oh man. Oh no. Hmm. Nah, I don't trust her. Oh gosh. Hmm. So there is something to him, the water. Yeah, that's gonna. Hmm. Wow. Okay, that was a good episode. A lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff. I think, man. So immediate takeaway because it just happened. Bo-Katan is now at least following the way. Well, she's with Mandalorians now, which is something that she lost when she lost the dark saber. She's got credibility with a new group of Mandalorians, but more importantly, she's the only Mandalorian that knows a mythosaur exists. Hmm. Yeah, I think they're really setting up that she's going to make a move to lead. And they might accept her. But I don't. The way that she's being secretive about the mythosaur makes me think that she's not actually going to succeed. Hmm. Interesting. What did you guys think? What did you think of this episode? I loved all of the Coruscant there. And of course, probably everyone's going to be saying this, and you know what? It's probably not a big deal, but it felt like a missed opportunity that we didn't get to see the Jedi Temple turned Imperial Palace turned whatever it is now. In Legends, it's still a palace that is essentially a repurposed government building. Um, but in canon, we haven't really seen what the Imperial Palace becomes after the New Republic takes over. So, and obviously at some point, so I don't know if we didn't see anything that indicated the capital of the New Republic was on Coruscant. Of course, in Legends at this point, Coruscant serves as the capital, which actually, maybe you didn't know this, but Coruscant popped up in Heir to the Empire in Timothy Zahn's novel Heir to the Empire before it was revealed on screen in The Phantom Menace. So Coruscant kind of has always been the original New Republic government, but eventually in canon, it moves to Hosnian Prime. But for now, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of things with this episode. I really enjoyed it. I understand why it was probably the longest episode, and I think that's because they wanted us to take in Coruscant, and they wanted us to maybe spend some time with Pershing because I think now his mind has been wiped and his story is pretty much going to fizzle out because the thing of value that he brought to the story, which was his knowledge and research of cloning, has just been wiped. So I don't think we're gonna get much more Pershing here anymore. But yeah, a lot of good stuff there. Hmm. And my mind is just thinking of all these different routes that this could go at this point. So I had a video where I talked about um, Din Djarin and Bo-Katan needing each other to rule, not in the romantic way. I'm not shipping them that way. Um, if it happens, whatever. But I think more importantly, they need each other um, for their characters to progress. We've seen already pretty immediately that Bo-Katan's time spent with Din has brought her at least a few steps closer towards um, having faith in the old Mandalorian ways, which she didn't have. As they were walking in the mines of Mandalore, she scoffed at many of the things that Mando believed in. She scoffed at many of the things that she did as a child, and ultimately made it pretty clear that she did not believe in the old ways. But here she is now, having redeemed herself. Um, she hasn't removed her helmet, and she is now essentially been inducted into this sect of the Mandalorians, which at this point are probably the closest thing to traditional Mandalorians that we have. And I think that they're going to be maybe the springboard for uniting the rest of the Mandalorians out there. We still have Casca Reeves and Axe Woves. Those are the two Night Owls that were with Bo-Katan in season 2. They're out there, and I assume they kind of are out there with the rest of Bo-Katan's Mandalorians who are out there traveling the galaxy as mercenaries. And so obviously they'll bring them back in. But Bo is the only one that knows the Mythosaur lives. And I think that she's going to leverage that to make another move at uniting the Mandalorians. That's at least what it appears so far, but I think we need to still see some development. It could be that while Bo is a little hesitant to be a part of the Children of the Watch right now, it could be that she grows to believe in what they believe in, and perhaps comes full circle and is right there with Din in terms of being a full-on believer. And this episode was the convert, and we now know that it was Bo-Katan who was converted to be a follower of the Children of the Watch. So cool there. I think they really are gearing up to bring in a lot of the old Mandalorian lore from Legends, which I think is super cool. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah, overall good episode. I think I give this episode an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. Probably an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, good episode. A lot of cool things. Really loved being back on Coruscant. Spent a lot of time on Coruscant, which was cool. So, anyways, well, I am going to end this stream because I'm going to watch Bad Batch. I've been doing those ones. I haven't been doing watch parties for Bad Batch. My routine has been do a watch party for Mando and then grab a snack and watch Bad Batch on my TV where I can kind of bundle up and kind of get comfy and settle in for the night and enjoy Bad Batch, and then get a couple hours of sleep and work on some videos and breakdowns based off of Mando and Bad Batch. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I really did. Thanks for coming to this watch party. Even if you didn't say anything in the chat and you stuck around for a while, thanks for doing that. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and may the Force be with you.